and they have chosen to bat.
Welcome back, everyone. It's a big final, the big final of Hong Kong Sixes Weekend 2008 of England taking on Australia here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. Everyone's been waiting for it, and they're all pumped.
Stephen O'Keefe, David Warner and Brendan Drew.
What teams have been played? Darren Maddy, ever present. Mascarenas has captained them all the way through. Napier, Bresnan, Trott and Wag. No Ed Joyce, as has been the case for all of England's matches today. Darren Maddy will take first strike. Can he deliver in the big final? Over $50,000 at stake. He started like this before. This is not a strange sight for Darren Maddy. 6 off the first ball.
You can't ask for more. That's the big final, and whoever will hold the nerves will win this, and Darren Maddy really hold the nerves for that. Oh, chance of a run out. There's going to be plenty of running around. There'll be a few byes around. There'll be a few big hits. And if you look at it both sides, I think the England, they probably got more experience of this sort of cricket. But this young Australian side, they're up for it. They want to make the best out of it. Wide, wide. Both these England batsmen, big striker of the ball. They will look to get a big total here. No doubt the favourites of this tournament, England. Eight ball over, 5 overs altogether. We've seen in the last match between Pakistan and All-Star, 90 runs were scored and Pakistan defended it beautifully.
Gone for 6. Waka, it's travel for the 297th 6 of this tournament, and without the shadow of a doubt, all things going to plan, we'll have 300 sixes in this tournament before the end of this final. Yeah, pace. Not where Mascarenas intended, folks. He went to maybe to go straight down the ground, maybe to mid-on, but he spliced it for 4.
That's the problem. If you give him a pace, even if he edges it, it'll flies to the boundary.
Straight for 6. 298. That's the number of sixes hit so far.
And if you don't give him a pace, and this is what he does. Little slow, and straight back over the bowler's head. Flat as you can. .28 runs been scored of 7 deliveries. Australia need early wickets.
Hilly!
29 for 1.
So a good solid start for England, 29 coming from their first over. Remember, in the finals, these are 8 ball overs, so there are 40 balls altogether. This match is worth $88,000 to the winners and $33,000 to the losers. So there's a lot of money hanging on this game.
I said 29 for 1. It was actually 29 after 1 over. That's what I meant. A good start to this final for England. Drew share the opening bowler's role, and chopped away for 4. Australia's bowling has been, I suppose, good at times, but inconsistent in the tournament. They've had to chase some decent totals, and England look to be piling it on.
is doing a smart thing. Darren Maddy not really looking to hit big. If it's there, he will, but anything short or wide, probably use that third man or final leg area. Not on that occasion, not at all. He's just pulled that one for 6.
Well, he's got such quick hands. He seizes on the length straight away. And one of the keys in these short formats is to keep as many shot options open as possible. Now Darren Maddy has hit 18 sixes, 3rd on the list. That could have taken Drew out.
He's only a short guy, Darren Maddy. Stays very, very low. Look at that, almost took the bowler.
Well bowled, well stopped.
Are they appealing for catch behind? I don't think so. Well, that's a familiar face, right in the middle with the grey beard. Mike Gatting. Being called wide. Mike Gatt is having a good time here. Come especially for this tournament.
Been a really enjoyable weekend here in Kowloon Cricket Club. Crowds have piled in today, a bigger crowd today than there was on the opening day yesterday, Saturday. Good weather conditions, lots of sunshine, lots of sixes, 299 of them. That's what this version of the game is about, runs and sixes. It's six number 300 of the tournament, set the fireworks off, and he's caught it in the crowd as well. Boy, the spectators have had some fun. He'll need to get that ball, get it signed for the 306 of the tournament.
It was there to be hit, and look at the catch here. Oh my God, he just fumbled a little bit, and he looked after his beer too.
301, and well caught again. And retirement, maybe temporarily, of Darren Maddy, who's raced to 32 from 10 balls. 57 without loss after 2 overs.
For Darren Maddy. He's batting really well today. Let's give him a cheer as he goes off. Darren
Can't
Maddy.
get easier than that. Oh my God, what a catch. Definitely a cricketer. Definitely. Eye on the ball.
And Graham Napier comes to the non-strikers end.
Another one. And that's a big one. It's fortunate that it hits the tree and comes down. But England piling it on, 63 after 2.1 overs.
Very short run-up, but it does not really matter to Mascarenhas because just give it everything. Look at that, one hand once again. He'll clear the boundary for 6.
And he has to go. 2 opening batsmen having to retire, having reached 31. Yeah, it's taken a flight. It's a lot of airtime here for these cricket balls at the Kowloon Cricket Club. And truly, it is a big event. 31 from just 8 balls from Mascarenhas. He's really enjoyed his opportunities here to open the batting. throughout the tournament.
And that final six
My.
causes the retirement of
Brings in the
skipper,
big hitting Bresnan as well.
and is
No
replaced
ease up
by Tim
for the
Bresnan.
Australians.
The trend is being set that you can't hit anything less than 6 by the two earlier batsmen. Ooh, a rare missed 70 runs of 2.5 overs. 28 and over so far. They're going 22.4 actually.
Can they catch it? Someone else holds on? No, it's been put down. Standard has been lowered here. If they would only look at what happened previously. Let's look at this. He was obscured in his vision, and this guy, I don't think he was looking initially, just turns around, snatches it out of the air with one hand. Yes, that is a welcome wicket. That is the first wicket to fall. Welcome blow for the Australians following the retirement of Mascarenhas and Maddy. They'll be hoping that that will stall the innings momentum somehow.
A really needed little breather here, the Australians. This might just ease a little bit. Napier's gone for 6, 76 for 1.
Jonathan Trott.
That brings Jonathan Trott to the crease. The way they're going at the moment, this English side, might be 130 or maybe 140 runs the target. Where did that bounce from? It's been called wide. Oh. Can't. It's a rare delivery which misses the stump. Look at that. This is what happened when you bowl straight. You don't want to bowl straight.
I'm really disappointed now in the standard of catching in the crowd.
And at the end of
The last two have just been flawed. Have a look at this. High standards have been set. There we go. Standards lowered. But 85 for 1, Waka. You were wondering where England might end up. And if this sort of runs on the board and the pressure that a total, if they currently continue at that tempo, wow, 142, just bat Australia out of this match. And all that is ahead of us. Who knows? In the gap, 4.
Giving himself a little bit of room, Jonathan Trott, although he did get the toe end of the bat, but found the gap. Been quite of 6s, but 4 runs just seems like a single at the moment. That's better. That's a good length delivery. That's a good length. That's where you want to bowl.
I do think that in this final we've seen enough, and the players have seen enough to know that Bresnan should be ready of non-strikers in and really following through after delivery, after the bowler delivers, so that they can get a bye if it goes through to the keeper standing that far back. Scrap and scrape for every run you can get in this final. Good touch. Very good touch. Wonderful timing. And it's not always about power.
Well, we've seen so many big hits that this seems this proper cricketing shot doesn't really appeal. Just a pure timing. the Australians can pull it back by maybe giving 115-20 runs from here. Maybe 20, they'll be happy at the moment. That's what they need. Need to beat the bat more often. The earlier damage which the two batsmen did, Mascarenhas and Darren Meddy, I think that's been quite a bit for the Australians.
That's more like it. Jonathan Trott was at the ready in case the ball passed the batsman. They get a bye. To be fair to the Australians, though, they've batted with a great degree of skill at times during the tournament. Some big hitters in their lineup. That would have been a wide had he left it.
The Australians lost their first match to Hong Kong. Not really expecting the Australians come into the final, but they played really well after that. They got the rhythm right, they got their act proper. Been a good over so far. Actually, it was a good over. 12 of the over, 4 overs gone, 97 for 1.
Restricting England there to 12 runs off that ball over. Big round of applause.
Yeah, momentum just slowed a bit because of that 12-run over from Hastings. The projected run rate currently has dropped and dipped to 121. Remember, previously, before the start of the last over, they could have gotten over 140. Now, if they continue scoring at this tempo, they'll get to 121.
To continue the attack for Australia.
1 8-ball over left to be bowled. All cylinders go from here. Waqar Younis is anybody's guess as to where they'll end up. Michael Hill into the attack.
I think to make a real game out of it, 110, 115 will be ideal. Anything more than that, I think England will be the favourites, because looking at their bowling, I think they've been bowling really well in this tournament. So anything around 115 probably give some sort of a chance to the Australians.
You mentioned earlier, you feel that given the nature of these two teams, you feel that the experience will count for a lot here of the Englishmen. That's another 6. And another shout of anguish from Hill as he saw the length and he heard the connection of the bat of Bresnan.
Wasn't nothing wrong with the delivery. It was pretty full, but the batsman just stayed with the back foot. It really hurt. That's better. That's a little fuller. Seriously think that England, no doubt a better side, a lot of experience, especially when it comes to bowling also, not only with the batting. They've got enough total at the moment to defend, but if you look at their bowling lineup, to be in more comfort zone, I think they probably need another 10-15 runs. Might just land in and they'll go for 4.
Yeah, to really psychologically put pressure on a very inexperienced Australian team, a young team. No international names in their lineup. But they've shown talent, they've shown capabilities to hit the ball and clear the boundary. That's 4. It should be 4. 8 off the last 2 balls bowled. This is turning out to be a good over. 17 off it, 3 deliveries to go.
Using his feet on that occasion, Jonathan Trott. Just timing it. That's good delivery. That's good delivery. 2 more of these.
Yeah, I thought when he was struck the 6th of the second ball of the over, I think it was the second ball, I thought it was a shout of anguish, but he seems to be grunting with every delivery. Have a listen. That's high. Now, is that below waist high? Is it above waist high? It looked pretty high. Yes, a no ball signalled. Ashoka De Silva indicated from square leg that it was above waist high. Yep, by some distance.
This is the last thing you needed as an Australian. You don't want to give any extra runs. Each and every run will be very, very important when you be. That's a good one. That's what you need to do. Looking for 2 here, and they'll easily get it.
.120. Highest score of the tournament so far. You'd expect that. These are 8 ball overs as compared to 6 ball overs in the previous round. Well bowled. Just a single off the last ball, and England have established the highest total of the tournament so far in the final. 121 for 1. The Australians will have their work cut out. Don't write them off. They're a talented young team, and if they can rise to it in the final, we could have a very, very exciting contest to conclude this Hong Kong Sixes 2008.
Good performance by the England team. 121 for 1. 24.4 was the run rate they went with in their 5 overs, 8 ball over for sure. And it could have been a lot more than this, but a couple of good overs from the Australians at the end, I thought, brought them back in this game. A very young, talented side, this Australians. This is how it went. Darren Maddy and Mascarenhas really put the Australians under pressure very early into the match, and then a couple of wickets fell. Beg your pardon, retirement came, and then 1 wicket of Napier. But overall, 121 I think is a good total.
28, 28, 28 in their overs. Redden, Drew and O'Keefe, and then Hastings bowled a pretty good penultimate over. 24 of the last over from Hill. Oh, it's been a difficult outing for the Australians. Mascarenhas and Maddy really went well as a pair of experienced opening batsmen, bringing up the 306th of the tournament, celebrated all the way through by some really loud support for the Englishmen today. Another one-hander from Mascarenhas. I don't know how he does it. And then the end of Napier. Bresnan continued with a little help from Trott and a lot of airtime from a very, very heavy bat. Australia will need to better the highest score of the tournament so far. They'll need 122 in order to get their hands on $88,000 for the winners of this tournament. The Pakistanis have already captured the 18,000 US for the plate winner, and 33,000 to the runners-up. Who will it go to? Don't go away. We'll come back with the action to see if the experienced England bowling attack can keep the Australians down.
This is the big one, the final. And the Aussies, they need 122 to win this in 5 8-ball overs. Quiet little asking rate of 24.5 pretty much. And it is all on for this young side. A lot of expectation from the Australians over the recent times for sixes. They've got some talent. Always known Australia have this massive factory of good players, good batters in particular out of Australia. And here they're on show this weekend as well. They've underachieved in recent times. Could this be their afternoon? They're up against Mascarenhas and co from the UK. He played particularly well with Darren Maddy, and that is what is required for these two Australian openers. Hill has got to get on with it, and Warner, because really you want these two to retire in an ideal situation, Sanjay Manjrekar.
Absolutely. Australia have got better and better as the tournament has progressed, and it has all culminate in this final batting performance for this young Australian team. Warner has been in good form. He's the man on strike.
Question on everyone's lips: have England got enough? Mascarenhas starts with a full pitcher. Just a single for Warner to get off the mark and get proceedings underway for the Aussies. Crowd have revved up, rightly so. Refreshments are flowing here at Kowloon. I have to say the temperature's perfect. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. Think about too, it won't be here on this tiny ground.
Australia, just like the English, need 2 big batting performances. They need 2 retirements to set themselves up. The England batsmen want all fireworks right through the innings, but Maddy and Mascarenhas set the platform that made the difference in the end.
Found the field again. So this is a super start from Mascarenhas, captain leading from the front in the final.
8 ball overs in this final. It's a slightly different proposition for the batsmen. They have to keep reminding themselves that 8 ball over.
Hasn't had a great time early on. But I tell you what, he started with a ripper here in the first over. Clean as you like, straight as you like.
And about 1.5 feet from the cameraman. Was there just about the side screen. Yeah, just past about 2 feet. That's PJ, isn't it?
Good South African man, just about lost his legs. Oh, lovely change up from Mascarenhas. Happy to take the bye, and England won't mind conceding that. But a lovely change of pace.
10